Yo guys, it's Trickster here, and I recently found a website called Hidden Palace, which have prototypes of games what ended up being released or sometimes never were released. And they had a few of my favourites on there: Ape Escape, Kingdom Hearts, Simpsons Hit and Run, Grab by Ghoulies. And today I want to talk about Grab by Ghoulies. So I've 100% completed the prototype, but for now I've just got all the details I want to show you. I'll put it into my 100% list, 100% playlist in a while. But for now, I'm going to tell you guys the differences. What I noticed, there were hundreds of differences. There were differences that I can't even be asked to explain because they weren't big enough, and there's differences what I think really need to be talked about. So you'll see here I've got a video for everything that has a video. So we'll start with things that have videos and things that don't. So the first thing is the town's name is changed. It used to be Ghoulesville, and now it's Needle in Nuts or something like that. You'll see it in video. Another thing is what else? Cook says different words. Yeah, obviously she's got a Jamaican accent, so she'll say things a little different, which is pretty weird, but it is what it is. What else we got? There's no texture on any of the washing machines in the whole game. I guess they didn't put that in yet. The groundskeeper has the different catchphrases, which is a bit, because some of it's like tickle me cockerel or something, and they changed a lot of that because I guess it's not safe for kids. What else we got? Skeleton has egg for some reason when he's supposed to have the fire extinguisher. When he has the fire extinguisher with him, he's still shaking the egg for some reason. In one of the rooms where you're supposed to collect a magnificent piece of paper, it's placed with an egg instead of the paper for some reason. I guess it's a placeholder. The experiment skeleton in the room what's getting a laser up its place doesn't have a waist bone. It only has a waist bone in the final build. Yeah, there's a constant death timer when you're saving all the prisoners, which isn't there on the final release. So yeah, there's a missing dialogue for some people sometimes, and it just comes up saying put it here basically. And in the end, Ghoulesville on the final build is there at the end of the game, but yeah, on the beta version it's just him flying across, and there's no Ghoulesville or Needle in Nuts as the prototype suggests. Another thing, as you can see, is the groundskeeper when doing a challenge, it said to me that I did good or whatever, but basically I could get even better when the final version is released for my Xbox console, which are pretty cool. So yeah, there's that. So now I think that's everything. If it doesn't have a video, so now let's get into the things what I noticed without a video. So sometimes you discover monsters which don't have a name. Usually it comes up with it on the face saying, yo, this is a fucking zombie, but that doesn't show up sometimes. So on the fridge, in the freezer room, the entrance to the freezer room on the final build, there's just nothing. But on the beta version, it's got those little drape blind drapes, whatever, in front of the door, which got removed for some reason. Sometimes there's a long camera intro to the cleaning woman. I forget her name. She's just stood there like that, trying, idling, and you kind of just stood there staring at her sometimes. Sometimes the game will just have random crashes. You could have just picked someone up, or you could have just killed a certain enemy, and the game sometimes will freeze and take you back to original Xbox's home screen. Sometimes the game save picture, depending on what chapter you're on, doesn't change, but it does in, at some point, I guess, when you get far enough. Sometimes, well, it happened I think about 2-3 times. When enemies came out, they'd start attacking the NPCs, groundskeeper or whatever, instead of attacking me first, which I felt was a bit weird. So on chapter 2, scene 34, the no book, those collectible books, rare books, come out of the Hunchback. So that means that basically you can't get that book and you can't unlock the final, challenge. And sometimes books will just randomly fall out of the objects they're supposed to be hiding in. They'll just like, poof, here I am, for no specific reason. So sometimes the times will be like fucked up. So basically, sometimes you'll start with low health. Like on the final build, you'll start with like 30 health, but on the prototype, you'll start with like 5 health. So you'll just get wrecked a lot more than you would normally. I guess they didn't discover it was that hard. And when somebody played the prototype, they were like, "Right, you need to give me a bit more health here. This is ridiculous." But I didn't get that playing a prototype, so I just had to, grit my teeth, try harder, and then overcome it in the end, which I did. Harder, but I love a challenge. So sometimes when you finish a chapter, it'll tell you that you finished the chapter after certain dialogues, whereas usually it'll tell you straight change the chapter and start the dialogue. So sometimes the dialogues and chapters start at different times. So that's something. On the prototype, Mr. Ribs winks at you, but on the release version he gives a thumbs up. I guess the wink was a bit, forward for the release. So after talking to the butler, talking about the Rhyme book, it's a different spawn location than where you spawn on the final version. The butler looks at the scroll in his hand that is removed in the final version, but he still looks at it in the animation. Sometimes the monsters the painting monsters don't spawn when they're supposed to. I don't know what that's all about, but it happened. Sometimes there's a different painting in different places on the wall of the master or the groundskeeper or whoever. Sometimes it's just a different picture. I guess I don't know why they changed that, but it's true. When people say they'll mark stuff on your map, on the final version it comes up on the map saying, right, this is where you need to go, and then goes off. On the prototype, it's not there. It doesn't happen. You just kind of set on your way. Not that it matters, because the game, you don't really look at your map, but... Also, on the prototype, Grim Reaper runs, or I don't know, whatever, he does glides a lot faster. So it does get you killed a lot more, which was very, very annoying. And I believe that is everything I've noticed. Like I said, there's quite a list here, but there's many different things. So Rare seem to be making a lot of games. Perfect Dark, Banjo-Kazooie, and they all seem to get some kind of sequel, prequel, I don't know, another game. But we never got one for Grab by Ghoulies, and they left us on a cliffhanger. To show the new Ghoulesville in the background. It's all gloomy. It's like a whole city, and then they got the Baron flying over to it. God knows what could happen in the next one. The whole city could be taken over by Ghoulies. It could be amazing, but they're not doing it with it. It's like my favourite Rare game in the world. I'm even resorting to playing prototypes to get more Grab Back Ghoulies in my life after completing it and 100%ing it so much. Getting every single achievement I can on the game, owning it for the original Xbox, the Rare replay. Come on, Rare, man, make another game. It's awesome, I love it, and it's got such an art style, such characteristics, and I'm not getting nothing, and it sucks. It sucks. In my opinion, it's better than any other game you've ever made. Shit tons better than Sea of Thieves, shit tons better than Perfect Dark, shit tons better than Banjo-Kazooie, and you're not doing shit. Sorry, but it's super annoying. I really love Grab by Ghoulies, and I really wish I could do anything to get more Grab by the Ghoulies. So yeah, I know your developers have said that you really enjoyed working on it was super fun. Well then why aren't you making another one? I don't understand. please make another one, or just, I don't know, I know there's no mods for it whatsoever, and obviously because it's an original Xbox game, it's not out on PC, so it's hard to make emulators, especially as well. But the emulators we have now can't even play Grab by Ghoulies because the original Xbox is so hard to emulate. So the only way we can get more Grab by Ghoulies is if you make another one, or modders use the original Xbox to mod stuff. So basically what I'm saying is, Rare, please make something Grab by Ghoulies, please. And if not, hackers, if you guys, I mean not hackers, modders, content creators, if you have anything, a little mod you made, anything at all, Grab by Ghoulies, just please get in contact with me so I can try it out, so I can get more Grab by Ghoulies in my life. Alright, so that was the prototype. I'll be adding it to my 100% list in the future because I've already done it, but I haven't edited the video yet. So that's all the differences. I love the prototype, I love the game. Thank you for checking out these differences, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.